Conservative activist Tommy Robinson is released from prison on bail in the UK, but some believe he may still face some legal troubles. One America's Jack Posobiec sat down with lawyer Will Chamberlain to discuss this current situation.
All right, so Will Chamberlain, you have done so much sort of representing this case for Tommy Robinson. He's now been set free from jail. However, there's a little bit more related to that. So can you break it down a little bit for us? What was it like for Tommy in jail, and then what's the situation legally speaking now?
Well, Tommy was held in solitary confinement for about a 2-month period. He was 23 hours in his jail cell, maybe an hour of solitary time to walk around. He wasn't able to call his kids because when he was allowed to call his children, they were already in school. Prisoners were shouting at him, spitting through the window of the cell, so he had to keep it closed even though it was extremely hot. Also, he was told by prisoners in no uncertain terms that he would be killed and his wife would have acid thrown in his face. A really terrible experience. So
now that he has been set free, he's on bail, they've thrown out this other order, what's the legal situation as it stands today?
Well, they quashed the committal order at Leeds Crown Court on procedural grounds. They said that the summary procedure where he was whisked away to prison 5 hours after live streaming in front of the courthouse, that was wrong. It was too fast, that the judge didn't lay out specifically what Tommy did wrong, the specific statute he was charged with, and the specific conduct that was unlawful, and that he didn't give the defense enough of a chance to get mitigation evidence that would weigh against a heavy sentence.
So it's almost like they declared a mistrial in a sense, layman's terms, of course.
Exactly. It would be like you had a mistrial declared and the defendant was let on bail awaiting a new trial.
Right. So and that's the key. So there is going to be another trial.
Yeah, there's going to be another hearing.
Okay.
I mean, sadly, British law is a little behind the times in this regard. They don't have jury trials for serious contempt charges. It's just a judge who gets to say, if you committed contempt, you go to jail.
And what's the timeline on that?
Imminently, I would suspect there will be another hearing within a few weeks.
So what possible charges could he face at that hearing?
Well, he's still going to be charged with contempt of court. Now, the exact nature of the contempt, there might be multiple types. The underlying grooming trial had a reporting restriction on the case, which means that nobody was allowed to publish even true and accurate information about the case. And that's what we think the judge was thinking of when he initially threw Tommy in jail for contempt a couple months ago. But there's also the potential for publishing prejudicial information about the case and a few other things as well.
What is he looking at in terms of sentence, should it happen?
I mean, there's still a potential maximum sentence of 2 years in prison.
Wow.
And we think that with the mitigation evidence, he probably won't face nearly that much. And because it's a contempt of court charge, if you are convicted of contempt, you only have to serve 1/2 of your actual sentence.
Right, he may get a little bit for time served.
And he'll probably get credit for the time served, but again, and the 3-month sentence that he previously got back in 2017, that could be reactivated again. So he's still in very serious legal jeopardy.
Now, the judge at this new hearing, will it be the same judge that threw him away the first time?
No, it'll be a different judge. When you have a situation where the contempt charge takes a while, usually they want a different judge to look at it. So the same judge isn't both the observer and the person who convicts you.
So for the time being, though, while all of this procedure works its way through the justice system, will he be able to be home?
Yes, he'll be able to be home with his kids. The only condition on his bail is that he not go within 400 yards of the Leeds Crown Courthouse and that he show up to his next hearing.
Why doesn't he have the right to a jury trial for this?
Well, in British law, contempt is different than a serious criminal charge. Contempt is seen as the province of the judge to enforce order in the courtroom. And so they have this summary power to put people in prison even without a jury trial.
Would that be the same in the U.S.?
No, in the United States, there's a case called Bloom versus Illinois that says that criminal contempt should be treated like any other criminal charge. And if it's serious enough to throw somebody in jail for more than 6 months, then it's serious enough to demand a jury trial. Right? Unlike the UK, we believe that if a crime is serious, then it should be treated seriously procedurally as well.
With a fair trial before a jury of our peers. Will, thank you so much for sitting down with us, helping us to break down a lot of this legalese, both from the U.S. and the British side. We'll have you back on as the case progresses.
All right, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.